What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another gaming session. And whether or not you really enjoy this game or you seem to really hate this game, it seems to me like there's mixed reviews. And when you look at the Steam page, that's exactly what it is for Starfield. Now, I wouldn't imagine in a million years that a developer would simply attack people who are just giving their honest opinions in Steam reviews. And now, these are reviews that are long, like they're putting time in, thinking about what they want to say in their Steam review, and for some reason, somebody over at Bethesda is essentially getting triggered and very, very angry because gamers are just being honest about what the game is. Now, I played a couple hours of Starfield myself, and I stopped playing because the AI was absolutely stupid. The fact that you could walk up to enemies, they wouldn't do anything, and you just simply kill them was the dumbest way to start off the launch of this game and make people want to continue to play it. You know what else makes people not want to continue to play it? When you act like you're holier than thou as a developer because you've made some of the greatest titles of all time.
And so the Courier's Road came to an end, for now.
You shouldn't rest on your laurels and say, hey, because we made Fallout or because we made Elder Scrolls, you should worship every game that we ever release. And that's what this feels like. So I want to just go into a couple of comments where the developer Bethesda actually did reply, and these are reviews on Steam. One of the first comments here is boring, empty, soulless, unpleasant to play. Todd told me I'd be exploring space, not fast travel menus. You don't really explore anything at all. You just teleport from desolate waste to desolate waste. Then your spaceship sets down a 15-minute walk from the copy-paste POI you've been fetch quested towards. Every chump space bandit has 3 health bars. Infinite empty planets to aimlessly wander across dungeons and caves don't just have no rewards, they have no enemies. I also found like the loading times were just ridiculous. Like there was just countless loading times, and obviously at the launch, I'm expecting bugs, especially a Bethesda game. But the load time should not be so bad, and we played on console. Me and my brother Raku, we played on console and had problems, like endless problems. But this goes on to say. Quests range from tedious to nonsensical. Space combat is so disconnected from everything else that it's practically a different game mode. The game's design is so fundamentally flawed that I don't think the modding community will be able to fix it. Every element of the game is disappointing, and on top of that, it's ugly. The only envelope this game pushes is the fidelity of its clutter objects. The Bethesda magic is gone. And this is a really detailed description of why they just don't like the game. And it even says they played 20 hours. I think that's a good amount of time. This whole idea that you should be playing Starfield, well, wait till you get to the 100th hour and then the game will get good. No. You should be able to, after like the first couple hours, if the game hasn't grabbed you, the game's garbage. I don't care what game it is. Every game that I've ever played, I've stopped playing if it's boring after I give every game at least a couple hours, right? Especially longer RPGs. Sometimes I'll go up to 10 hours because I feel like that's fair. But afterwards, if your game is still incredibly boring, just lacking any like really interesting aspects that kind of make it stick out amongst the crowd of other like video games, why would I continue to play it? But here is Bethesda and their response to this pretty solid like just description of why they don't like the game. And they say, greetings. Thank you for taking the time to leave a review for Starfield. We can understand your frustration with fast travel making the universe feel much smaller. Given the immense size of Starfield, we felt it made more sense to be able to use your grab drive to jump to other solar systems. The option to fly freely among planets is still there, and you can travel from one planet to another and to land without needing to open your map if you use your scanner. However, for an expedition like solar system traversal, jumping is necessary. Remember that fast travel also has its perks, as you can do so quickly when trying to complete quests, and will always be given visual of your ship launching and landing, thus being able to appreciate all the little details that make your customized ship look unique. We are sorry that you do not like landing on different planets and are finding many of them empty. The attention of this is the funniest part. This is the funniest part. I'm gonna really go into this, but the intention of Starfield's exploration is to evoke a feeling of smallness in players and make you feel overwhelmed. You can continue to explore and find worlds that do have resources you need or hidden outposts to look through. To keep Starfield as dynamic as possible, NPCs are not fully scripted, so weirdness can ensue sometimes. The goal is to make believable characters on the screen with realistic reactions to your character. NPC AI has been improved with the move to Creation Engine 2 that has a radiant AI enhancements that allows for dynamic interactions within the game's various environments. If you feel that things are getting boring, there is much more to do than just the main mission. There are many side missions where you can learn about the people and story of Starfield. You can take time to explore various planets for resources and items, break the law by smuggling and selling contraband, build your own outposts and starships, and customize them to your enjoyment. There are many things to do, and you can visit our Discord for further ideas from other players. One of the other comments that I really thought was pretty good, and listen, this dude played 75 hours. Said I played for 75 hours because I needed the dopamine fix. Looking back at it, it's a boring story in a boring world. Looking back, it's a boring story in a boring world. Also, I cannot get over the one mission I thought would be awesome. Finding a ship launched from Earth 200 years earlier with the offspring of the original crew finally finding humanity, and they have the same computers with the same operating system on their ship as the rest of the universe. Why? And this was a developer's response. So 75 hours, mind you. They say, we appreciate you taking the time to provide your review and sorry to hear that you not enjoy your time in Starfield. If you feel that things are getting boring, there's so much more to do than just the main mission. Again, we get it, okay? We know. People who bought Starfield or downloaded Starfield already have played Fallout. They've played Elder Scrolls. They understand that the main mission is only a minor part of the overall experience. Here's something though, your AI sucks. The world's being empty doesn't make any sense. The whole idea that, well, we went to the moon for the first time, and then because we went to the moon for the first time, it was empty. We want to make sure you go on these random planets and it feels empty. No. It's just, No Man's Sky had a way smaller team. And they messed up royally when they launched because they promised all these things. And they worked on it. They kept continuing to work on it, making it better and better and better. Now, that doesn't forgive them for the initial launch, but I do believe that as long as you continue to invest time and energy into making the game better and you don't try to deny facts, then you just can make an overall better experience for your gamer base. So, this review, this response, goes on to say, try creating different characters with backgrounds and characteristics that clash or are the opposite of your previous character. You will feel like you are playing a totally different game. Put points and different skills from a character you've previously created, and you're now faced with completely different decisions to make and difficulties to encounter. There are so many layers of Starfield that you'll find things you never knew were possible after playing for hundreds of hours. Even after completing the main story, your adventure doesn't end. You can continue the New Game Plus to keep exploring Starfield and all that is out there. Well, if most of it's empty, what is really out there? I just don't understand this idea. And even the people are responding, sure, getting AI to write a few different responses and post it widely on negative reviews. Let's see how much deeper they can dig their hole. It's just so stupid. Why are you attacking your fan base who are giving you legit criticism? Rather, you're just ignoring the reality of the entire situation. I just don't understand this. So there's another review, right? And these are all, again, extensive reviews. And you can go to the Steam community page. It's great. I love Steam's community because they do, a lot of people give very honest reviews. I wish Rotten Tomatoes was like that, but most of those are like paid for. Either they pay the critics or they pay audience members on Fiverr to essentially write good reviews for crappy projects. This dude is basically just going into something. He says, like, a game which offers swashbuckling adventures in which successfully stealing a ship is as easy as killing 5 brainless NPCs. The payoff is possibly the most accurate GameStop trade-in simulator ever made. That's a good joke. But this is, again, this Bethesda replying and essentially just saying, thank you for taking the time to provide your review, and we are sorry to hear that you are disappointed with the encountering many loading screens while playing. While there may be loading screens in between fast traveling, just consider the amount of data for the expansive gameplay that is procedurally generated to load flawlessly in under 3 seconds. We believe that shortcoming will not hinder our players from getting lost in the world we created. If everything is fast traveling, because after every mission you're fast traveling, and your load screens are lasting 3 minutes, it takes the person out of the experience. Me and my brother are having this issue right now with Alan Wake 2, and as we go through it, and we'll have a final review at some point. One of the biggest issues with Alan Wake 2, and we've been playing on the PC, are the load times. This is a very typical complaint from a lot of gamers who are playing on PC. There's loading texture problems, a lot of different things that kind of hinder the overall experience that is what an amazing game like Alan Wake 2 with an incredible story, and we love it. But having loading screens that are just so freaking long, you either are worried, as a gamer, for me, personally, I worry about dying in a game like Alan Wake 2 because I don't want to deal with the 3 to 5 minute load screens, okay? I don't want to even fast travel in something like Starfield when I know there's a 3 to 5 minute loading screen. I don't want to, it takes me out of the experience. You make it a bigger problem and a bigger worry or anxiety, not the, like, hey, I died from this boss, I gotta figure out, okay, what did I do wrong, what can I fix, or just like a group of enemies, hey, how can I attack them in a different way to possibly take them out. If your biggest anxiety as a gamer is, Jesus Christ, I hope I don't fucking die because I don't want to deal with another 3 to 5 minute loading screen, then there's an issue with your game. Either way, Bethesda, you're a bunch of douches. I don't know what else to say. If you enjoy this game as a gamer, if you enjoy this game, if you enjoy Starfield, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Have at it. Have fun with the game. That's dope. But if you hate this game and you're giving legit criticisms, you're not the villain here. If anything, you're the reason why the game gets better over time. Think about all the mods that have come out for Elder Scrolls or like Skyrim.
What was that? It's nothing. Carry on. Just need to... Yeah!
Or think about like the mods that came out for Fallout that fixed a lot of the freaking issues with the games. It's not Bethesda that fixes the issue.
And one of the great things about having a fully dynamic game engine is all of this just works. It's not, I'm not kidding.
It's the community. But I can't imagine that if you're somebody who's just like, I just want to relax and play a great game. Nope, you gotta wait for the community to try to fix this mess that Bethesda is just raking in the dough over. It just doesn't make sense. And, you know, I wish Microsoft would have just intervened and said, okay, it's getting delayed for another year, possibly 2, because this game is empty, lifeless, and the load screens suck. Let us know what you think about Starfield, what you think about Bethesda going after legit reviews on Steam. In the comments down below, and also down below you'll find a description where me and my brother Rocky's all the socials are located. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next gaming session.
I spaced out of my head to the depths of the universe. It's a spell or a chance just to open up a newer curse. If I swim too far, then my head take it as it is, and there ain't no wonder. It's hard to imagine